All right, so this is the box that the scooter comes in when we get it from delivery. It is a big and awkward box, but it's to be expected for the size of this thing. And also it is about, I want to say it's like 80 pounds, so it is kind of heavy. So make sure that if you are ordering this for yourself, or if you're free out, whatever it is, just make sure that you have some help getting inside because it is a big box. But let's go ahead and cut this thing open and get it going. First initial reaction of this scooter out of the box, it looks very good. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Do you see you're a bike channel? Why are you looking at scooters? I don't know. This company reached out to me and said, hey, we do a scooter that's 40 miles an hour. So I thought, wow, that's crazy because it's faster than any kind of bike there is. It has hydraulic disc brakes, it has dual suspension, it has front LED lights, front and back LED lights. I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing out. Let me see how it is. It is very expensive. I think it's listed on their website for $1,600. But this thing does look heavy duty and crazy. So like, let me try this thing out and see if it hits home to my viewers, because this thing is literally like an e-bike, but two wheels. I mean, I'm gonna break this thing out. We're gonna pull it out. Again, it is heavy, so you might have to cut open this box. I can probably lift it out because I'm a beast. But we'll see what happens here. Give me 1 second. So this is the finished product of this VARLA dual motor scooter. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this thing is one of the coolest things I ever got sent to the channel. Again, I know it's not a bike, but it is an absolute beast. The construction's amazing. I'm gonna go over some stats on it. I will have a ride video of it as well. It's raining right now, so I couldn't do it. I only got to ride it around the store, but this thing is insane. It's really big, it's very huge. I'm about 6 foot, and this thing comes up to about my sternum. But the build quality, I mean, this is all like solid, like steel. I mean, if the max payload on this thing is 330 pounds. So if you're 300 pounds, you can get on this thing. It does have dual suspension with coil suspension in the front and the rear. And you have some in the front as well. It has built-in LED lights for the brake and the front headlights as well. It has hydraulic disc brakes for the brakes front and rear. And this is, like I mentioned before, a dual watt motor. So they said it's over 1,000 watts for the scooter. Top speed on this thing is 42 miles an hour, which is about 60 kilometers an hour. You have a motor in the front and the motor in the rear. And then for the max distance as well is about 40 miles per charge. But this thing was a beast to come out. Cabling was easy. And the only thing you had to do when putting it together, you have a quick release clamp here. This controls your head tube or your steer tube right here. And then you do have to just tighten on the bars into here and then make sure all these are snug. This is all loose on here. Main thing you want to do when working on anything that goes this kind of speed is just make sure every single bolt on this bike is tight. You're going at speeds very fast that can really hurt you if you're not paying attention. So I checked the stem. I checked any parts that were movable, and I made sure everything was tight. So I checked the stem bolts. I checked the stop bolts. I checked the brake bolts, your speed controller. You have a key as well. This is like your ignition for your car. You have an eco and turbo button over here. You can actually control it. So you have an eco mode and then a turbo mode, which is really fast. You have a single and dual motor. So it becomes in the single mode and you can click on the dual and you have both wheels moving as well. The bike it's really cool. The suspension works really well. I'll get the tripod to show you guys. But like I said, I just mentioned it comes with this. The sticker graphic on here, it's whatever. Looks kind of cheesy, kind of kiddish. But it's very sticky, very grippy. It's like grip tape for that. They do also give you in the box cap covers for the bolts on the scooter there. You do have your battery charger right here as well. They did throw in a spare tube, which was very nice of them. I will not lie to you guys. I work at a bike shop. I will not probably change one of these. I think once it gets a flat tire, I'm never going to take it off because these valve placements look like a pain in the ass. Right there, it's like tucked underneath the motor. Dude, it's insane. It's like, I couldn't imagine taking this thing off and having to run a valve through it. I'm sure it's not as bad, but it's crazy. So they do give you a spare tube. They do also give you a nice multi-tool. Good to have to put the bike together if you didn't have one. You know, you got your 4, your 5, your 6 millimeter Allen keys in here, everything on there you need. Phillips head, a flathead, your charge cord. You do have an orange band, which will tell you everything about this thing. And they do give you different grip tapes as well. So like I said, if you want to change out the skull, you can put on this one, which is pretty cool. You got a little Apache helicopter. You got American flag too. But this thing looks quality, man. It is fast as hell. All right, so now for the functions. Let's turn this beast on. Actually, let me do a suspension test. Okay, so We have dual suspension, front and rear, all about 200 pounds. I'm gonna show you guys how this thing works. But I mean, the engagement on this thing is crazy. Super nice. It feels really good. You can go over any kind of terrain on there, but it looks really badass. And you got a cool little kickstand here too. But yeah, it is like, I mean, it feels plush as hell when you're riding over stuff. The battery is located underneath the deck. You have your charge cables here as well. You can do 2 chargers to take up some time, because I believe on 1 charger alone, it takes about 8 to 9 hours to charge this thing. So it'd be something overnight. 2 chargers, you can buy another charger separately, and you can actually plug in 2 at the same time, and then it becomes 4 to 5 hours, which isn't that bad. But I mean, 40 miles range going that fast is really, really good. So now up to the cockpit. Like I said, so here we go. We have a key for the ignition, which is great because, again, these are high speeds. You don't want your kid just hopping on here. Turn it on. I believe this is your voltage on here. I'll find that number, but I don't know what it is, but 53.6. Once your key is turned on, then you can go to your power button right up here. Hold this thing down. And now, if I can get out of the glare, we have our speedometer right here. So we have our battery indication gauge, we have our odometer, we have our speed, and we also have our gear range. So gear 1 will only be limited up to 15 miles an hour. Then you have gear 2. When you hit mode, it goes to gear 2. That can go up to 25 miles an hour. And you hit gear 3, that will allow you to go up to the 40 plus miles an hour. When holding down mode, so we press and hold down mode now, we'll turn on our front and rear lights. All right, so like I was saying, we go ahead and we press and hold down the mode button right here. It's gonna activate the front and rear lights. If you do hit the brakes by himself, you do get a brake that kind of flashes like a Formula 1, which is always nice to have. That's just me hitting down the brakes. But like I said, we hold down mode. This is gonna activate the front and rear headlights when riding at night. Now again, inside right now, it's not that crazy, but outside it's going to be much brighter. So these are nice to have. These are front and rear on both sides. You can see it will light up definitely the terrain of what you have in front of you, which is nice. So we go ahead and turn that back off. That gives you a nice gauge of what it is. And the also thing I do like as well, because I was worried about this, your throttles here, this is your throttle. The brakes are reversed. So this this brake over here, which would usually be the back brake, is now your front, and this brake over here is your back. So while throttling, you can have your fingers on top of your rear brake. So go ahead and hit the stop on here. It is nighttime out, so actually let me go ahead and put this thing outside so you guys can see what it looks like with the lights on there. So this is again the bike or the scooter outside. It is dark out right now. I'm gonna hit the brakes with the light on, which is a pretty good indication. We're gonna press hold down mode now. This again gives you a good idea of what it looks like. We do get a little bit of glare on that wall right there, but definitely enough to see what's going on in front of you and to give some kind of indication to cars behind you that you're on the road. That's very bright. So, very good looking scooter. I can't wait to ride this thing. Too bad it's raining right now. So that is the put together video of this VARLA Eagle 1 dual motor scooter. Again, like I said, this thing retails I think for $1,600. It is very pricey for a scooter if you think about it, but I'm telling you, this thing is made very structurally strong. All the joint points on here, this is like all steel or alloy to a point. It does not feel cheap by any means. I think anyone who wanted to use this thing either for commuting, for maybe a gift for a loved one, a gift for a kid, a gift for a significant other, I'm pretty much going to use this thing for camping. I could probably take this on some dirt roads or whatever. But this thing is really, really badass. It's built nice. The only thing I have in question is going to be how long the battery life is. But I did get this thing up to 40 miles an hour, no problem. So, but you guys will see a video of me hitting that thing. I don't know when, it's probably tomorrow, but I will edit it in at the beginning or at the end of the video. So I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in one of these. I have no affiliation with them. They just sent me that stuff for free. I don't get any kickback for this if you guys buy them or not. So, you know, just let you guys know to be transparent. But I thought it was really nice of them to go ahead and do that. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next. All right, so this is a while back from when I said I was gonna do the ride video. I'm finally getting a chance around to go ahead and do it. So this is a scooter at hand right here. We're gonna turn the bad boy on like this. Keys on. That gives us juice. Press and hold the power button right there. We're gonna make sure we have it in the dual mode as well because we want it fast, and it's getting kind of dark, so I'm gonna turn the lights as well. Now we have functioning lights on the bottom, and we hit the brake, they flash as well, which I like. So Oh yeah, that's a fast one. Okay, all right, here we go. This is with the wind. God, this thing takes out so fast. Oh, I almost just died there because of a car, but you know, I'm good. I got to 56 kilometers with no helmet or shoes or anything like that. Kind of scary. Let me pull over to the side of the road so we can get the final verdict of it. So, over here actually. All right, so got up to 56 kilometers an hour. Super sketchy. Like I said before, I definitely recommend this to more adults or people who are experienced with using this. It is a very fast machine. You should be wearing helmet protection for that. I got it up to 70 kilometers an hour before it went to full charge. This has been sitting for a little bit. Like I said, I already put about 28 kilometers on here. Absolute fun of a toy. Beautiful. So if you guys are interested in something like this, it's a great way. Like I'm over in the Publix right now, go get some food. It's a great way to get to point A to point B without having to drive your car around. So let me know what you guys think.